Here's more wrestling news for June 4th, 2022, and your headlines for this afternoon include top WWE Execs Badmouthed Stephanie McMahon after Hiatus announcement, Cesaro open to WWE return, former superstar could be back very soon, update on Thunder Rosa's problems with AEW, what's happening with the Women's World Champion, Naomi makes first social media post since being suspended by WWE, WWE confirms plans for Undisputed Universal Championship match 3 months in advance. MJF's promo proves to be a hit with fans. How will this influence Tony Khan? Latest on Lacey Evans. What's the latest plan for the Smackdown superstar? Sammy Guevara and Conti get engaged at Eiffel Tower, and more. We are starting off today with Stephanie McMahon, who announced last month that she was taking an extended leave of absence from WWE in order to spend more time with her family. Immediately after her tweet announcing the break, Stephanie received messages of love and support from countless people, but some very important people are especially pleased to see her away from the office. That's according to Dave Meltzer, who reports in The Observer that while nobody had anything bad to say about McMahon publicly, there was quite a few negative comments made by some key people in high-level positions. One source who spoke to Meltzer said it would be career suicide to trash the company's now former chief brand officer publicly, but that the people who did bash Stephanie behind closed doors were, quote, the last people I'd expect to do so. Stephanie has been a staple in WWE both on and off screen for decades, and while she's expected to return under a different role one day, some important people are pleased to be rid of the billion-dollar princess. In February 2022, Cesaro's contract with WWE expired, and the Swiss cyborg chose not to re-sign, bringing his lengthy career with the company to an end. Cesaro never had that big world championship win fans had been hoping to see for years, but that may now still be a possibility for the athletic powerhouse. Since leaving WWE, Cesaro has laid low, not competing for any other promotion, and Dave Meltzer reports that this is by choice. Cesaro is reportedly not answering any calls by promoters as he's spending his time with his family, especially his young child. Interestingly, Meltzer added that the Swiss cyborg is open to a return to WWE, but that would hinge on WWE being interested in bringing him back and Cesaro accepting a potential offer made by the company. Often called one of the strongest wrestlers of his generation, there's no shortage of promotions who would benefit by having Cesaro on the roster, but don't count out a possible return to Vince McMahon's company. Over to AEW as Thunder Rosa didn't appear on this week's AEW Dynamite for multiple reasons. It was reported that the reigning AEW Women's World Champion was kept off the show because of an illness, and while Fightful Select has confirmed those reports, they've also confirmed the other piece of backstage news. We previously reported that Rosa is reportedly frustrated with AEW, and we now know more about the situation. Several sources confirm that Thunder Rosa believes that the AEW Women's World Championship has taken a back seat to the AEW TBS Championship and even the Ring of Honor World's Women's Championship. Rosa was also upset about not having a segment booked for Dynamite, again believing that AEW doesn't have an interest in the title she holds and was unable to promote for the families of the victims of the Uvalde, Texas shootings. It's worth stating that while Rosa was upset and confused during Dynamite, it never got to the point that she was going to walk out, which shouldn't have made much difference considering she wasn't booked. Thunder Rosa joined AEW after an impressive run in the NWA, and while she's reached the pinnacle of the company's women's division, things are not fine between her and the All Elite promotion. Back to WWE, and it's been 18 days since Sasha Banks and Naomi walked out of WWE, and neither woman has commented on the situation yet. Not long after the walkout, Naomi removed all references to WWE and being employed by WWE from her social media, but she's now shared her first post since being suspended. The former WWE Women's Tag Team Champion shared a video of herself and her husband Jimmy Uso enjoying some time at the beach, but didn't address her suspension. Perhaps wisely, Naomi disabled comments on the post, and while she's yet to speak about the suspension, the Glow is at least enjoying her time away from the ring. One person fans can see on WWE TV every single week is Drew McIntyre, who's laid out the challenge to undisputed WWE Universal Champion Roman Reigns. On last night's Smackdown, McIntyre promised to dethrone Reigns at Clash of the Castle, seemingly confirming a title match between the two in 3 months' time. McIntyre is a two-time WWE champion, but has never won a world title in front of a live crowd, with his first coming at WrestleMania 36 at the Performance Center, and his second win being on the November 16, 2020 Raw in the Performance Center. Reigns may be WWE's most dominant superstar, but the idea of giving McIntyre a win in the UK, at the nation's first stadium event in 30 years, may be too much for the company to pass up. It's certainly interesting booking for WWE to confirm a title match for a premium live event 3 months in advance, so we'll just have to wait and see if McIntyre is the one to finally topple the head of the table. On the latest episode of AEW Dynamite, MJF delivered his most scathing promo yet, attacking the company and Tony Khan for undervaluing him. MJF even begged to be fired by AEW, arguing that Khan would pay much more for him if he was an ex-WWE superstar, and has earned both praise and backlash for his comments. What can't be denied is the ratings success that MJF's promo has proven to be, as according to research done by WrestleNomics, this segment crushed all others during Wednesday's Dynamite. The 6 highest minutes in the crucial 18 to 49 demographic came as MJF verbally eviscerated his boss, his co-workers, the promotion he works for, and the fans. As MJF expressed his frustrations with AEW, 1.123 million viewers were watching, the highest point of the show since it opened with 1.234 million. That high start figure was explained that the show often has a very strong open due to being on after the Big Bang Theory, but quickly drops as non-wrestling fans change channels to see what else is on. MJF's promo has proven to be a smash hit, at least in terms of ratings, and given Tony Khan's love for touting the statistical success of his show, we imagine the AEW president will be hoping to keep MJF on board, despite what he had to say about Khan this week. Back to WWE, as last month, Lacey Evans made her return to Smackdown and appeared as a babyface, but this was short-lived. Not long after, it was reported that Evans had been moved to Raw and was going to work as a heel, but after not appearing on this past Monday's episode, it was later reported that she's been moved back to SmackDown. We now have another update on her situation, as according to PW Insider, Evans was in the building for last night's SmackDown but didn't appear. It was also noted that right now the plan is for her to be a heel on SmackDown, despite the weeks of promos and video vignettes establishing her as a babyface. Of course, the plan could change another dozen times between now and when Evans eventually makes her on-screen return, but the sassy Southern Belle is going to keep her darker side, at least for now. And we're ending with Conti and Sammy Guevara, who have been one of the most loathed power couples in AEW and are now set to tie the knot. Guevara popped the question to Conti at one of the most iconic and romantic locations on Earth, the Eiffel Tower in Paris, France, and the Brazilian wrestler quickly said yes. The couple have been dating since last December, which came around the same time that Guevara broke off his previous engagement to his ex-fiancée Pamela. Some had questioned at the time whether Guevara and Conti had been dating while the former TNT champion was engaged, but neither side has confirmed the rumors. Sammy's last match came at Double or Nothing, where he, Conti, and Frankie Kazarian lost to Ethan Page, Scorpio Sky, and Paige Van Zant, but despite this setback, we'd like to offer the happy couple the best of luck on their upcoming nuptials. Well guys, that's our news for today. Please share your comments below. Also hit the like button, subscribe to our channel, and hit the bell icon to receive all notifications. And as always, thanks for watching.